Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This time I'm gonna be going through some of the latest changes to the Material UI library. Just a few days ago they launched a release. I believe it's 4.8 at this point, and I'm gonna be creating a small little demo here showcasing some of those changes, some of the new features. So I'm currently in my VS Code here, and I'm gonna be installing a few dependencies. So these four libraries, Material UI Lab and Core, plus the Faker and the types for Faker. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add those, and yeah, getting started up here on the project. So we have our app.tsx, as you can see here. So I'm using TypeScript, and I just bootstrapped an app using create react app and then adding the TypeScript template. Okay, and I just cleared the app.js or tsx file, and now I'm starting from scratch. Okay, so what demo do I want to showcase? I want to showcase basically I'm just going to showcase a little grid here with some cards. Okay, so that's my goal. So to showcase these cards I need some data, and that's why I installed this Faker library. This library is great for just generating some fake data real quickly. So let's import Faker from Faker and then create a function to generate this data. Okay, so I'm just gonna call this function get data. Oh, sorry. Okay, like this, and I'm gonna make an array in here, call it data, and I'm gonna loop over 10 times here. I'm gonna be using a very old school for loop, maybe for you, but it works. It's very good for this case. So I'm gonna just use the Faker library here, and I'm gonna go to the property helpers, and then I'm gonna be calling the create card function. This will just create an object with a bunch of properties I can use as dummy data here. For example, name and stuff like that. I'll show it later on. So I'm gonna generate a random element, push it into my array, and then at the very end here I'm just gonna return my data. Okay, that's the data I'll be using in my React app here. Okay, so here I will pull in the data by calling get data, and now we have the data. So let's start rendering stuff. Let's start exploring the new features. Spoiler alert, not too many exciting things actually, but hopefully if you don't like watching or reading release notes and want to see something in action, this is still useful for you. Okay, so let's make a grid container here, and that is, in other words, just a flex container. But first let's import it from the Material UI Lab library, or Core, sorry. Okay, and inside our grid container we are gonna have some grid items, of course, and I'm gonna map over my data.map, and just gonna say item here, and we're gonna render a grid again with the property item, indicating that this is a flex item. Okay, and here I want to render a card, auto importing that one, and inside the card I want to have a card header, and I'm gonna be assigning a title to this card header, and that title will be item dot, and here is some very neat autocomplete from the TypeScript types. So I want the name here. Okay, now let's just try to start up this server here just to see how it looks. While that server is booting up, I'm gonna be adding some more stuff here. So I also want some card content, and here I want to add a typography element and put some, let's see what we can find here. Item dot verb autocomplete. I know there's a phone number in here, so that should be good. Now let's look at our project. Okay, that looks okay, right? We have some items here. Just since this is a very similar example, I'm just gonna put it in mobile view here. Okay, and for that I'm just gonna change the direction of my flex container to column. Okay, all right. Okay, that looks better, but let's add a little bit of padding here. Since we don't have any padding on the page, I'm just gonna add 20 directly to the flex container. Okay, and then some spacing. This spacing will make sure that the grid items are spread a bit. Okay, so now we can actually see the cards and the spacing and the elevation and everything. Okay, looks good. Now to the first feature of this release, we have a new component called the AvatarGroup, and this AvatarGroup component is still only in the lab. So we actually need to go up here and say import AvatarGroup from Material UI lab. Okay, so now what we can do is we can start rendering some avatars in here, and the API is pretty simple. We just map over some data and then output some avatars. So for our item, we may have some posts, yeah, and for each post we may map an avatar. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Okay, see, now we get this avatar with a person icon, and since we made this avatar group, we have the avatars nicely grouped up here, kind of overlapping each other a little bit. Now one thing that I saw by reading the docs, they had an example where they put an avatar and then added a number here. So it could be a number, let's say +3, and then it would look like, you know, there will be more than 3 persons. This way you can do some pagination in case you have a lot of something here, people commenting on a post or whatever. And yeah, I just thought this was a very neat design choice. That might be useful for you, I don't know. Anyway, that is one of the new things, the avatar group, and as I said, it's still in the lab, so gotta wait for that to reach core. Pretty simple components, so I expect it to reach core pretty soon. Okay. Now the other one, the other noteworthy one is actually not a component but a prop to the ButtonGroup component, which is rather new, so you might not know about this one. So inside the ButtonGroup we may have some buttons. I'm just gonna render 2 here, one that says like and another one that says subscribe. Okay, if I save that, we get these little group of buttons very neatly grouped together. Here we have the small corners on the sides, and here it's just you know, connected together. Very cool and easy. Now right now it is horizontal. They added a new property to this component called orientation. Yeah, where we can put in horizontal. No, sorry, vertical. That's the new thing. So if I do that and save it, we get this layout instead, okay? And yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool option. It's not too great for this example, not too great for this layout, but we can actually improve a little bit on this. So if we wrap our avatar group and the button group in a flex container here, in a grid, let's move this one down, and we go up here and set that to container, and actually add some properties, align items here, and put it to center. Oh, what happened? Oh, it seems like I moved grid too far down. Okay, save it. Now let's the computer is so slow today. Okay, so this is a little bit of layout, but yeah, things are still too close here. So let's actually also add a property on this flex container or grid that says space between. Now we should be getting a more of a neat layout. This layout looks okay, I would say, and yeah, it's much better than we initially had. So yeah, that's all I want to show you guys. These two new things coming to the new version of Material UI. Yeah, so I hope this example was helpful in how you could use these two new additions to the library. Okay, if this was helpful in any way, give it a like. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.